A Taken King exotic. The sealed Ahamkara grasps were quickly associated with the Hunter's Nightstalker subclass, which featured alongside the grasps. While it made sense to use the grasps with the Nightstalker and its smoke grenade melees, the exotic is actually entirely subclass neutral, and can have use across all 3 Hunter subclasses, with varying degrees of success. As always, we'll start with the perks and look into the specifics of the sealed Ahamkara grasps, before we get into a build. So the grasps will always have the Switchblade perk, granting a faster melee attack, and either impact induction or momentum transfer, to gain bonus melee energy or grenade energy on grenade on melee hits respectively. The choice between these perks is purely preference, but if you want a more aggressive build with the grasps, having a faster melee attack is ideal. Otherwise, gaining melee energy on grenade hits has a very solid defensive use, which I'll discuss later. The other perk nodes can roll for any of the special or heavy weapon reloader perks, which again is preference. The exotic perk on the grasp grants an additional melee charge, and melee attacks have a chance to reload your primary weapon. So this translates into you getting either 2 blink strike melees, 2 throwing knives, or 2 smoke grenades. All 3 have use, but obviously some are more potent than others. Just quickly before I get into the subclass, I've rolled my grasp for a 96% discipline strength build, with momentum transfer and shotgun loader, mostly for found verdict. Given the grasps are a melee based exotic, I would recommend a 2-5-5 stat configuration, but at the very least, max out your strength. Alright, starting with the Gunslinger, having 2 throwing knives is great, except for the fact that the Gambler's Dagger perk already exists to grant 2 throwing knives. Having the grasp does allow you to free up that slot though, giving you the option of either Over the Horizon for a longer range on your golden gun, which is very useful in some scenarios, or Chain of Woe, increasing reload speed by hitting precision kills. Out of these 3 perks, I would consider Gambler's Dagger to be the weakest anyway, especially given the other perks available, but if you really want to have 2 throwing knives and have one of the other perks, run the grasp for a Gunslinger. Using something like Knife Juggler further increases the potency of a throwing knife build here too. Moving over to the BLADEDANCER, there is more flexibility for 2 melee charges here. While it doesn't actually free up any perk like on the Gunslinger, the BLADEDANCER can be spec'd for either 2 backstab melees, 2 invis melees, or 2 fast twitch melees. Fast twitch just seems a bit pointless to me, as having tier 5 strength means your melee will cool down in about 3 seconds anyway, so having 2 charges is pretty wasted. 2 backstabs however could be useful in PvP, as you could one-shot another Guardian with it, but it all depends on your ability and some luck. Finally, having 2 invis melees has more use now that Crota's End is relevant again, although it won't work for the challenge mode. I'd almost recommend against using the Blink Strike Cloak on Crota now, as it drains your sword super energy, and it isn't that vital anymore given how Crota works. Plus the BLADEDANCER already has many means of invisibility, but if you really want to go crazy with invis, the grasps can give you that. If you do choose Escape Artist, I would always recommend Shadowjack with it, to increase its duration. Finally, the Nightstalker, the most expected and easily the most ideal choice. Having 2 smoke grenades is excellent, whether it being 2 Envenom grenades working like mini flashbangs on ads, or 2 Vanish and smoke grenades keeping you briefly out of sight. I've never personally been a fan of snare grenades, but if placed correctly they can be very rewarding, particularly in PvP. Having 2 of them is just that much better. All choices have a variety of uses, but my suggested way to use the grass is with 2 Vanish and smoke grenades with the Lockdown perk. This actually couples well with the momentum transfer perk on the gloves for fights like Vosik, where I can easily get a few grenade kills on the ads that spawn, then use my cloak grenades to pick up the Siva charge safely. The momentum transfer perk allows me to always have my smoke grenades ready when I need them. Then by having 2 charges it really minimises downtime. Outside of Vosik in strikes and other missions, if I'm not trying to hide from insta-kill in burn modifiers where cloaking would be necessary, I'd suggest going with 2 Envenom grenades, which will disorient enemies for quite a few seconds, acting like a Titan's flashbang grenade just without the strong damage. The defensive potential of the grasp is very useful, but the offensive potential is just as strong. Before I forget to mention, the exotic perk on the grasp also grants a chance to reload your primary weapon on a melee hit. This is only a chance, but it can come in handy at times. I was hoping I could use it to find a loophole in the first cursed exotic hand cannon by ignoring the reload mechanic by using the gauntlets to reload for me. Unfortunately it just wipes the perk away anyway, as if you just reloaded conventionally. Either way, it's just a useful extra on the gauntlets, something that will often help you without you even noticing it. Okay, that should do it for the video. The grasps are a decent exotic, especially when used with the Nightstalker, and if the grasps really aren't your thing, then the Frostees are another great choice for the Nightstalker, working just as effectively, if not more effectively in some situations. I'll probably make a video on the Frostees soon. But anyway, thanks for watching, catch you guys in the next bit.